The Aztecs believed that the daily journey of the sun could only continue while it was supported with blood. Human sacrifice on the American continent is most often associated with the Aztecs, but in fact it had been practiced for centuries by previous civilizations, including the builders of Teotihuacan, the Maya, and the Toltecs.
And all peoples that are very close to the origins have an enormous fear that the world will end. That once the sun sets, it will never appear again. That the forces of nature are extremely powerful and have to be pacified. And one of the ways of pacifying them traditionally in all peoples is through sacrifice.
In the hostile environment of the Valley of Mexico, the Aztecs felt at the mercy of the powerful forces of nature. 500 years ago, the mountains and volcanoes surrounding the valley were clearly visible from the Aztec capital, rare today given Mexico City's smog. Here, 30 miles outside the city, you get a clear view of what the Aztecs would have seen. The landscape holds vital clues to understanding how the Aztecs believed they could influence the gods. Art historian Dick Townsend was the first to map this area. Aztec shrines like this one mark sacred locations, the miniature pyramid steps echoing temple architecture. These were traditionally places to remember the gods of the natural world, to appease and support them by making offerings, flowers, food, drink, or blood. As precious as jade is how the Aztecs described Tenochtitlan, their capital. The Great Pyramid, or the Templo Mayor as it's known, honor the two most significant gods for the Aztecs: Tlaloc, the god of rain and water, and Huitzilopochtli, the warrior god associated with the sun. The bodies of sacrificial victims were flung down onto this stone, 11 feet in diameter, depicting the moon goddess, cut into pieces by the warrior god of the sun. Its discovery in 1978 led to the excavations of the Great Pyramid.
Blood, of course, is the essence of our body, is what makes us alive. And of course, there's nothing more precious in ourselves than our blood. Blood was given to the gods in order for them to survive.
But how did they use blood in their rituals? Both Aztecs and their enemies were sacrificed. For the Aztecs, it was an honor, but it was a powerful tool for intimidating enemies. Rulers were expected to prove their worth by capturing live victims for sacrifice to the sun god.
And their blood then ritually makes the land fruitful. It fertilizes the land, so that in that way the blood of the slain will contribute towards the rebirth of vegetation in the rainy season and the flowers that go all with that. So that blood and flowers is a way of referring to this great cycle of life and the rhythm of human activities that unfolds within the changing seasons.
Looking at these bloody rituals, it can be difficult to understand the people who perform them, and easy to condemn them as a brutal alien race. Perhaps in the context of their age, the Aztecs have been judged harshly.
But at the same time they were sacrificing people, of course, we have the Inquisition going on in Spain, in which people are being killed for heresy. We have criminals and political enemies having their heads placed on stakes on the Tower of London. And so there's plenty of barbarity at this time to go around for almost all people. It's easier for people to see another group as being strange and different and look how quaint, look how bizarre, look how weird they are, rather than go through the actual difficult research of trying to make them explicable, trying to make them human and understandable in our own terms.